David, is this sort of diminishing returns? Are there structural impediments to profitability?
Yeah, it really is quite surprising. You'd think with all of the hype and all the potential of the Chinese market that the Wall Street banks would be doing a little bit better. But as we crunched the numbers, Evelyn, you and I in Shanghai, we found that really 3 of them made tiny profits, 3 of them lost money. So they're really just breaking even. And you contrast that, as you mentioned, with the Chinese banks making about $24 billion. So clearly there's lots of money to be made in China. It's just it's mostly being made for now by the Chinese banks.
So what's happening to these Wall Street banks? Why are they struggling?
So, Sherry, it is early days in their business in some ways, so they are seeing some revenue rising from some deals, but it's more than being offset by rising costs. They're hiring like crazy. Goldman Sachs looking to add about 300 people. Credit Suisse wants to triple its headcount. So it's creating a bit of a talent war, and that's just driving up costs for people and for wages, and so that's eating into the bottom line. They're also just facing very, very entrenched competition. You've got some of the biggest banks in the world, controlled by the government. They're dealing with corporations that have close ties to government. So the result is they're stealing most of the market share for now. Goldman may well be a household name in New York and London and even Tokyo, but it is not yet in the likes of Beijing and Shanghai.
The hand of the regulator is really ever present too, right? Is that having an impact as well?
It certainly is, Heidi. As you know, it's been a bit of a regulatory landfill for companies in China, from tech to real estate. You look at the pulled Ant IPO from November that Alibaba was trying to lead. That would have been a $400 million payday for these big banks, including Citi and Morgan Stanley, JPMorgan. So it's clearly had an impact. And also just there are delays in getting these permits. Goldman Sachs applied for a permit to get to 100% ownership of their joint venture. That was back in December. They've had a deal and still no green light. So these things are just taking time.